Hi guys, and welcome to my comparison of the HTC One M9 against the Sony Xperia Z3. And yes, I know you maybe think that's not a fair fight because this is a 2015 flagship and this is a late 2014 flagship, but I also saw a lot of people were interested, at least in terms of view, of my Sony Xperia Z3 comparison with the Samsung Galaxy S6. So that's why I wanted to do this, just since I have already these two devices. But I also noticed one thing: a lot of people thought I would have been biased towards the S6, which was a little bit surprising for me. So I'm going to do this a little bit different this time. I will give you all the objective data, compare them as unbiased as I can possibly do, just give you what I see, and then I'll let it up for you to decide which one is better. So let's start with the design and build quality. Here they are, both side by side. The Sony is a little bit longer, also a little bit wider, but therefore, as you can see here, thinner. The HTC One M9 weighs 157 grams and the Sony 152 grams. The buttons, as you can see here, are positioned like this. The other side is the following. Here we have the top and the bottom. Just once again the backs. So you see them both. Let me know what you think. We have, of course, here glass on glass, but I won't say this is Gorilla Glass because I had this discussion on the last video. From what we know, Sony did use Gorilla Glass, but also Dragon Trail, and what we got, we actually don't know. So you see them both. I'll let it be up for you to decide. Okay, let's check the display then. Both are at 100%, and I hope I can show it off well enough. It could overexpose on the video a bit, but that's definitely not on the screen. The one thing here I have to say, because just so you have a reference, the HTC One M9 is a little bit warmer and the Sony is a little bit colder from what I would like to see. So what do we have? Let me try to get the same pictures here. There is a odd little issue here I see on terms of colors on the video here on the Sony, but I don't really know why that is the case, because that's definitely not visible in reality. Not quite sure what's going on there. And sorry, the order just isn't the same. Okay, you saw it. The HTC One M9 has a 5-inch 1080p display and the Sony has a 5.2-inch display. So the viewing angles, as you can maybe see, they are quite on the same terms. So not really worth checking out. In daily use, they are both definitely way more than good enough. So let's get to the sound then. Where is it? Okay. Since they are both front facing, it's okay if I have them on the table and just play. They are both at 100%, so let's just start. Okay, that should be enough for the sound. I think it was obvious who won, but once again, for the performance test now, I will clear both in terms of apps, so we are on the same grounds. Okay, so let's just do a few app starts and then scrolling and so on. Okay, now in terms of the scrolling, I will try to make it as close as possible, just for you to see. The scrolling behavior is a little bit different. You can see that even by the same motion, that's not the same, but I'm trying to do it the same, just for you to see. Okay, let's load the same article. Sorry, it's a little bit hard because they're both a little bit slippery right now because it's so warm and I have sweaty hands. But I hope it's good enough for you to see. Okay, let's try some multitasking. The same app. Okay. I hope that's halfway good enough. I wasn't quite happy with the handling, but I hope it is good enough. Now, in terms of battery life, I will try to make it as quick and just from what I see for right now. I'm on 5.1.1 on the Sony Xperia Z3, but all my testings for right now were done on 5.0.2. And here I expect about 6 hours of screen on time with normal use over the course of one day. On 5.0.2 on the HTC One, so far I get maybe 3.5 hours, but I heard there are a lot of improvements in terms of battery life and also heat on 5.1. I just didn't get that one yet, but I have 3.5. It should improve, and if I get the update, I will update this as well here. But that's for that. In terms of temperatures, they both get a little bit warm. Yes, the HTC One feels warmer, but in terms of performance, you saw it also in games. There were no throttling issues or anything like that, so that's something I won't consider. Charging times real quick, 2 hours on the One M9 and 3 hours on the Xperia Z3. As for the software, I don't think that's worth checking out. We have Sense, I think you know it, and we have the Xperia UI, which is closer to stock, has a little bit less features maybe, but that's really a personal preference. In terms of the cameras, I will just show you a few pictures right now and let you decide, because not really quite sure. I didn't do too many pictures right now. The weather wasn't that great because I wanted to have the same pictures, but at least you get a few options or visible things to see. Okay, we went through all of it. We went through the design and hardware, we went through the display, through the sound, the performance. Sorry about that, the test just wasn't as great as I would want it to be. It was just a little bit hard with such big devices to handle. Also software, that's for you to see, and the camera. So now it's up for you to decide. You don't really have to choose a winner because they are both really great devices. I would be more than fine with just both of these. But of course I know there is always a personal preference. This one is the one with the better battery life. That's the one obvious thing that I don't have to be biased or subjective to say. And this one is the more flashy one. But yeah, I let you decide. I hope I was unbiased enough for you. Okay, until next time, bye.